We've been telling you about it for the past half-hour time now to welcome Chattanooga Mayor Andy Berke to our studio.
Mayor Berke's agreed to join us live in studio to talk about the challenges and issues happening in the city. Mayor, thanks for joining us.
It's great to be here.
Great. I want to start with the search for a police chief. It's a very big decision for you. If you could just explain your process, what you're looking for, and is it important to have someone that's got some experience with a High Point initiative?
Well, we've really been working hard on public safety over the last 9 months. It's been the major focus of my administration. This is a big deal in terms of who our next leader is. I really appreciate the job that Chief Dodd did, but it's time now to take us to the next level. We're going to look for a chief who can do that. Part of that is getting community input. What is it that the community thinks we need? We're going to get law enforcement input. The people who serve out there every day, we got to get the right leader for them. And then we're going to vet these people, make sure that they're familiar with the Chattanooga Violence Reduction Initiative, and find the best person for Chattanooga.
Sure. And that'll be part of the one of the things coming up tonight at the City Council meeting, of course, asking a consulting firm, if you will, to come in and kind of help with that process. How does that work?
Well, what will happen is we're going to look for the best candidates both here in our police department and anybody who's across the country who may be interested in applying. This is an attractive position. Chattanooga is a great place. People want to come here to work. And as we look forward, this department, this group will help us look at the best names and make sure that they match the criteria that's given to us by the community, by law enforcement, and that we're looking to really serve our city the best.
Sure. You talked about the Chattanooga Violence Reduction Initiative, and we also heard about High Point Initiative for such a long time before that name was released. What's the difference there? Is it just a specific program for Chattanooga, or is there a big difference between those two things, High Point and the Chattanooga Reduction Initiative?
Well, what we're looking for are the right principles that are going to change the violence equation in our city. We have too much violence in the streets. I hear it from business owners who tell me they're worried about their business because people don't want to come there, or the person who lives in their home who says, I'm worried about what my family's future is like. So the High Point Initiative has a number of different principles. We're adapting them to Chattanooga to say, this is tough, this is a new way of punishing and making sure that it's real, and it's a way of helping people get out of a bad lifestyle.
Sure.
When you tailor it to Chattanooga, what's your main concern? What do we have to get out of Chattanooga to really see a change in the violence that people really don't like about this city?
Well, we have a real problem with group violence. And typically what happens is you shoot at me and my crew, I come back and shoot at you and your crew, and you see it again and again, and the cycle never stops. We have to stop that cycle. That's what we see in Chattanooga. And if we tell people, if somebody in your crew shoots at another group, we're coming after not just the shooter, but everybody around them, and the consequences are real.
Real quick, we don't have any time left, but you use the word crew and use the word group instead of the word gang. Is there a reason for that?
Because there are all kinds of groups who engage in violence. If we get caught up on whether they're really a gang, I'm less concerned about that. You typically see that most of the violence in our community is caused by a very small number of people. We've got to focus in, target on them, not the community at large, but on the real people who are doing the shootings.
All right, Mayor Berke, thank you so much for being here. We're not done yet. We're going to come back to you in a few minutes to ask about Volkswagen, maybe some more on the Violence Reduction Initiative.